Chapter 1 of Emily Frankel's novel, Splintered Heart. There were little things, suspicious things, the moment she opened the door. Marian put her suitcases down, calling, "Anybody home?" There was just a faint jingling of the keys hanging from the lock. No answer. "Darling, it's me, I'm home." Marian dropped the keys on the table, placing her coat, hat, and scarf in their usual place. As she surveyed her domain in the early morning sunshine, couch pillows puffed, books, magazines put away, ashtrays emptied, no liquor glasses, everything in order, she felt that good, safe feeling she always felt in her home. Actually, there was a shade of dust on the polished surfaces, a slightly stale smell in the air. Even so, the oriental rug that she was standing on was immaculate. No specks, crumbs, or threads. How sweet, Marian thought. Ferris must have just vacuumed it. She tiptoed into the bedroom to surprise her husband. He wasn't there. The bed was made, the shades were up, sunshine was pouring into the room. "Well, my goodness, early bird," Marian told the empty room. "I must have just missed you." Marian peeked into the bathroom. He wasn't there. Everything was spotless. He must have just tidied it. Straightening the bath mat, Marian knew he'd taken a shower. The mat was damp. In the mirror above the sink, she saw her nifty new travel outfit. That she was home 2 days early meant they'd have an extra long weekend. Back in the bedroom, Marian removed the new jacket, beige suede that matched her hair. The outfit gave her a chic, cared-for look. "Are you a model or something?" the salesgirl had asked. "In the movies, acting, directing, something like that, I'll bet." "Something like that," Marian echoed, and changed the subject. Marian reached to the back of the dress to unzip it. "Too bad Ferris isn't home to unzip me. Poor darling hates to get up early. Probably had a breakfast meeting." But the dust, the neatness was saying, probably not. The bedspread was so neatly made, tucked tightly under the pillows that would roll like sausages. When did Ferris learn to make a bed like that? Suddenly Marian was swept with a feeling of homesickness and longing. She wanted to be snuggling in his arms. "Oh, God, make Ferris walk in that door right this minute," Marian prayed. Immediately, she backspaced, erased the prayer. Prayers were for the weak and sick, for children who needed help. Marian didn't need prayers. She had all the things a woman could want. Just hoped his appointment is with a client that wants Ferris to make a series of commercials. Her business was on an upswing, but Ferris and his partner were not doing well. Marian hung her outfit in the closet, avoiding the closet door mirror. She'd put on a little weight in Los Angeles. Though Ferris loved it when she was a bit rounder, skinnier was better. When her weight was down, people assumed she was 35 at the most. Despite the sun, the room was chilly. Marian grabbed her bathrobe. I should have phoned from LA, not tried to surprise him. It was silly to feel like crying, but she felt like crying. There was a sense of strangeness, wrongness that kept rising up from that subconscious place where things are felt but not translated into words. Damn it, when I was away on other trips, he never kept our apartment this neat. Having said it aloud, Marian was annoyed with herself for being annoyed. My darling made a special effort. Here I am, cranky, complaining just like Mama. It was sadly amusing to observe how a woman became more and more like her mother with every passing year. The terry cloth robe comforted her as she wrapped it, tied it securely around her waist. In the kitchen, it cheered Marian to find a pot of stale coffee on the stove, coffee cups in the sink. The refrigerator door was sticky. Inside was milk, cheese, white bread, a tin of fresh coffee. Why were 2 cups in the sink, not 1? Marian examined the milk carton. It was stamped Tuesday, so he'd bought it yesterday or the day before. What a laugh they'd have when she told him how she had played detective. She put a bottle of dry white wine in the refrigerator. Back in the bedroom, she unpacked her new chiffon negligee, gorgeous lace hand embroidered. After one of her business trips, it was always a honeymoon evening. He may not be home for hours. I'll wash my hair. She removed the 2 brown bobby pins, the 3 brown hairpins that held her bun in place, and dropped them in the pocket of her robe. That was when she noticed the poems of T.S. Eliot on the night table. Marion picked up the book. It was sweet, touching. He put the book there to read to her as part of their honeymoon evening. Placing the book on the sausage pillow, she was amused that he'd gone to the trouble of making the bed that way. Perhaps he'd guessed she was returning ahead of schedule. They'd been married 9 years. Weren't they always reading each other's minds? Showering, shampooing, rinsing her hair did the trick. She stepped out of the tub, refreshed and relaxed. A few days at home are what I need. At home there were no pressures, no decisions to make, no telling people what to do. Ferris was the boss. Not for the typical reasons in a marriage. He was just the natural leader, strong, reliable, considerate, and so very loving. Feeling giddy like a young girl in love, Marion smiled to herself as she slid back into her terry cloth robe. The vapor on the mirror was melting. She molded her wet hair back with her hands, reached into the pockets of the robe for the bobby pins and hairpins, pulled her hands out and saw them in her left hand and in her right. 4 black bobby pins. Marion had to look twice to be sure. Black pins. Black, not brown. How could black bobby pins get into the pocket of her terry cloth robe? This sort of thing happened to other women, not to Marion Melny Cooper. Her husband adored her. There simply couldn't be another woman. The empty apartment, the way the bed was made, was upsetting her. Maybe he'd invited some clients over. Maybe someone's wife spilled something on her dress and put on the robe while the dress was drying out, and Marion could not invent the rest of her story and explain to herself logically why some woman drying out her dress in the bathroom would remove 4 black bobby pins from her hair. Oh, God. Oh, God, where is he? Make him come home right away. Seeing herself in the mirror, she quickly looked away. Then, mustering all her willpower, all the strength of mind and character that made her a successful businesswoman and a good wife, Marion forced herself to sit down. She picked up her comb and forced herself to start combing out the tangles. I get the feeling Marion, the good wife, is going to want to comb out more than just a few tangles in her hair.